ETEM Hetep Seni Senet Ankwasta Jed Anku Jaseneb Dua Henu for listening Seba Sarum Ka Dua. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Life, strength, and health to you all, family, and your brother Seba Sarum Ka. Going over a topic that has been hotly debated as of late. I haven't had time to really touch on it. I really didn't get a lot of time to touch on it today. But because it's snowing in Colorado today, I got to give it about 2 seconds of my time, really. So I'm gonna give you two seconds of 2 moments because it's been crazy busy. So I do apologize. But impromptu. So I'll spread this around later on. But the term Kemet, which has been hotly debated as of late, even way back when Sheikh Anta Diop touched on it initially, and I'm just going to shed some light on the situation and put some things to a rest, put some things to a closure, because they need to come to a close, because some things are floating around that aren't necessarily true. You know, for some reason, the term Kim is being demonized, if you will, or left out of the equation, which that's the base and root of the word, the term black in particular. No big deal. We're just going to show you that the term Kim, where it falls, what it's about, what's going on, and we'll cover some things that need to be covered in this topic. I was challenged kind of formally, nothing major, just kind of really just joking around, hazing type thing, that by some people. Their feathers felt ruffled after I accepted the challenge. They claimed I didn't answer the question. One of the persons who put the challenge forth, ignoring the feminine T rule, which we'll cover today as well. And I just had to basically show and demonstrate something that should be known by linguists. And where I'm not a linguist, like I didn't get formal training in linguistics. If you know me, you know I speak a few languages. So you know, so you know that I generally know what I'm talking about when it comes to languages. But without further ado, without wasting too much of your time, remember, go to www.praisethedivine.org. That's praisethedivine.org. praisethedivine.org. For all your information, you'll find tons of videos that I've done. You can also check our YouTube channel. You can also come over to the Heck in the Chair Facebook group. A lot of stuff about to happen, and we're about to start our introduction class to Heck in the Chair to Praising the Divine. Pardon me, chess is whatever. But without further ado, let's get to the business, huh? Let's start here. That's where we're starting. And what I'm gonna do, we're gonna just break a few things down for you all, so that you can get an idea of what's going on, because the laymen seem not to know. So what they do is they back their favorite speaker, which is fine. That's okay. You can always cheerlead. It's good. But we also want you to know the truth. Truth is very important in these matters, right? So let's start with the term Kemet. You can go right to Wikipedia. We don't need anything major for this. And let's just read. Let's get into it, right? Ancient Egyptians referred to their homeland as Kemet. According to Diop, Sheikh Anta Diop, a lot of people call him Sheikh Anta Diop. Sheikh Anta Diop, the Egyptians referred to themselves as black people, or Kemet. And Kim was the etymological root of other words, such as Cam or Ham, which refer to black people in Hebrew tradition. Diop, William Leo Hansberry, Abubakar Abubakar Musa, Lamb, and other supporters of the Black Egyptian hypothesis have argued the name Kemet or Kemet was derived from the skin color of the Nile Valley people, which Job et al. Claimed was black. The claim that the ancient Egyptians had black skin has become a cornerstone of Afrocentric historiography, but it is rejected by most Egyptologists. Okay, so you see the rift between the two. Egyptologists, no, it can't be that, and African historians and African Egyptologists, of course it's black, of course it's the Remetz people, etc., etc. So let's keep going. Mainstream scholars hold that Kemet means the black land or the black place. So the scholars say what I say, it's the black place, it's the black land. And we'll go to prove that as well. Sheikh Anta Diop also showed that, but he also went on to say that Kemet also meant black people. But some other people said it couldn't mean black land. That would be silly. Why would they call it the black land if they're already black people? That things of that nature have been popping up. So you know what the majority says concerning. They say black land or black place, and we'll concur that it means black land and black place. And the way the noun is, you can also say black people according to the Egyptian rules of linguistics, but that's another topic. We just want to cover the black land to make this concur, right? So let's continue. It says, and that this is a reference to the fertile black soil, which was washed down from Central Africa by the annual Nile inundation. By contrast, the barren desert outside the narrow confines of the Nile watercourse was called the Shret. So it shows you the red land. And Raymond Faulkner, Concise Dictionary of Middle Egyptian, translate Kemet into Egyptians. Gardner translated as the black land, Egypt. So Gardner or Faulkner will tell you that Kemet also means Remetz or Egyptian people. Remetz means the teardrops of Ra, another name they went by. Akir, the people of knowledge, another name they went by. But Kemet, another name they went by. Faulkner says it meant black people, the Egyptians as well. Gardner says just black land, just black land. So at the UNESCO Symposium in '74, Professors Sonoran, Obenga, and Diop concluded that Kemet and Kim meant black, without question. However, Professor Sonoran clarified that the Egyptians never used the adjective km.t to refer to the various black people they knew of. They only used it to refer to themselves. So he's saying that the Egyptians only called themselves km.t and called themselves black. So this is where the discrepancy comes in, where, well, if you didn't call yourselves, if the Egyptians didn't call themselves or didn't call other black people black, they only called themselves black. How does it mean black people, etc., etc.? But whatever. Like I said, that's between the people, but obviously they refer to themselves as black people, and we'll get to that in a few as well. But the main thing is the land. We're talking about the land. So Diop shows here in this picture, he says, the representation of black people in Egyptian art and iconography throughout Egyptian history. University of Chicago scholars state that the skin pigment used in Egyptian paintings to refer to Nubians can range from dark red to brown to black. And so they show a picture of this nature here. And this is from the tomb of Seti I, right? So that's concerning the people. And then it goes in, you can read that article, it's right there on Wikipedia. But without question, the land is the black land. And the Remetz also called themselves the km.t, also called themselves, okay, Kim, etc., etc. But that's another story altogether, right? So let's go to some rules concerning how we know it's the black land. Nouns in medunetra, or hieroglyphs, if you will. The basics. Nouns can describe both tangible, book, man, amun, so you see the netra in there, and intangible things, love, desire, justice. So they can describe anything, the noun. And it says in Middle Egyptian, there are two terms that we use to describe nouns, gender and number. A noun's gender can be either feminine or masculine, and its number can be singular, plural, or dual. The best method to determine whether a noun is feminine or masculine is to look for the T hieroglyph, which you see right here. That's the bread loaf. We'll look at it more in depth in just a moment. It's the bread loaf, or the breast in particular. This hieroglyph, or medunetra, signals that the gender of the word is feminine. What does it do? It signals that the gender of the word is feminine. In some cases, the T hieroglyph is present and the gender is not feminine. Some cases. These exceptions, remember, those are exceptions to the rule, however, are few and far between. If the T hieroglyph is not present, then the noun is more than likely masculine. The following chart lists the masculine and feminine endings for nouns. So there are some cases where that T is not there, but they're few and far in between. Most of these end with T. So you see the T there, singular form by itself. When it's plural, we have the quelchik here, and we have the oo symbol. So this is like woo. And when we put the T with it, it becomes oot, or wet. When it's dual, which you see the two strokes here at the end of the quelchik, and you see the two strokes at the end of the oo sound, it's we, because these two strokes make the y sound. And if it's the feminine T there, it becomes T. It becomes T. So you see the feminine T rule in use. And before we leave that, because an adjective can also be a noun, when you use a descriptive term, then the adjective becomes a noun as well. But we're not going to get into that right now. That has to deal with, did they call themselves black or not? But that's another subject. Right now, we know the feminine T rule is in effect, so we know the land is called Kemet, right? And we know the feminine T becomes the determinative concerning its feminine placing, right? And we know that Kim is the adjective used by itself. Black, the T makes it a determinative land. Black, feminine land in that case, right? It's fertile land, so it's feminine. What's fertile? A female is fertile. Let's go. Let's go to X1. The letter T, which you can see right here. See the heart right there, I bet, Jehut, etc. But we're not going to get into that. So the ancient Egyptian bread bun or breast hieroglyph is Gardner's sign listed number X1 for the side view of the bread bun. It is also the simple shade of a semicircle. The hieroglyph is listed under the Gardner category of loaves and cakes. You can see the feminine T right here again. T or feminine. Bread bun, semicircle, or breast. The bread bun hieroglyph is used in ancient Egyptian language hieroglyphs for the alphabetic consonant letter T. A latter alternative T is a pestle with curved top, which is this right here. Right? So bread bun semicircle as feminine determiner. And you generally see this when you get into the demotic. Just so you know. A lot of people don't know the scripts, but when you get into the demotic, you start to see the pestle. Now, the bread bun semicircle as a feminine determiner Let's go. It says, besides alphabetic T, the bread bun is used for words that are feminine as an in qualifying determinant, often shown before other qualifying ideograms or determinants in the hieroglyphic word block. The T hieroglyph is used extensively throughout the Palermo stone of the 24th to 23rd century BC, and it is used in the first row, one of six, for the naming of King Tiyu of Lower Kemet, a king of the north. You see the Narmer palette. You see right here, Chet. You see the T right here. So you see it being used. It's a feminine determinative. And then more about the Palermo song. But you're getting the use of how this feminine T works right now. So there's no question about the feminine T and that it turns something into a determinative. As we go further, let's look at the other portion, the black portion. So we know the feminine T, and now we got the black portion. We're just reading these through so it's clear. So we break everything down. So the Egyptian hieroglyph for black in Gardner's sign list is number 16. Its phonetic value is Kim. Kim indicating black, such as black stone, metal, wood, hair, eyes, and animals. The most common explanation for the hieroglyph is under the Gardner sign list, section 1, for amphibious animals, reptiles, etc., is a crocodile skin with spines. So they're saying this is crocodile skin with spines here. Rosini, Schumann, and Telmi proposed that the crocodile skin hieroglyph actually shows claws coming out of the hide. Besides black, the alternate use of the hieroglyph is for the items terminating, coming to an end, items of completion, hence a reference to charcoal burning to its ending. What color is charcoal burning to its ending? Black. What color is the foot of the crocodile and the spines of a crocodile after rolling around in the mud? Black. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Kemet. Ancient Egypt is commonly referred to as Kemet, believed to be a reference to the Black Nile Delta Earth. The determinative 049, you see that right there? This is the symbol for town. Is used to designate the term for country, inhabited cultivated land called the Newit. So not is it only used for a town, it's also used for a country. I think somebody said something about it's only those particular people in a particular land, not the whole country. The determinative can also be used as a country. It's the Newit, the political designate. Okay? The 198 BC Rosetta Stone used the black hieroglyph 3 times to make the name Kemet. 3 times. 7 are for the name as Iyat. This is when it becomes fertile, signifying the soil of Egypt being black and fertile, which is the Greek form of Egypt, signifying it as the divine place of the mound of creation. So the Greeks made it divine. And then you see that it looks more like a nipple, but that's a whole nother story we'll get into later. And the fertile black soil of the land after the inundation. This way is used as the 2 lands, Semitawi, and the common use of Ta-meret. Ta, land, meret, love. And it's feminine, and additionally uses of Horus of the 2 lands, right? And here goes the Demotic we talked about. In the Demotic text of the Rosetta Stone, the Demotic Egypt is Kemi. There are 3 uses of the actual Kemi, but 7 other references as Kemi referred to Iyet in the hieroglyphs, in the Medu Neter. Other euphemistic References to Kemet in the Rosetta Stone include Ta-Meret, which has the meaning of full, fruitful, cultivated land. Here, Tawi, the lands of Heru, and Tawi, the two lands. Kemi, you already know what that means. Kemi spelling Egypt. 22 places in the Demotic, and you can see the 22. You can see all the conclusions. So black fertile land. Black fertile land. And this is what they all showed. Let's go a little further to the X5 glyph. The X5 Medu. Burning black to an ending. It says, since the origin of the black hieroglyph and relationships to other forms showing vertical flame-like rises on the end of a flat triangular shape, there's been discussion of this hieroglyph as stated above. Schumann, Antelmi, and Rossini explained the crocodile skin, but with claws. The text by Egyptologists Mark Collier and Bill Manley describes the same. Crocodile skin, Gardner 16, as burning charcoal with flames. And thus you see burning flames on charcoal in the Medu right there. This is X5. You can see that. You can see that. So no guesswork here. We won't be doing any guesswork. Let's just go right to the, get that out of here. We're going right to the sources so you can know what's going on. This is a shield put an end to, as we covered, etc., etc. Here you can see Kemet with the black cow, the symbol right at the bottom, most identified as a black cow right here. See it? You pull it up here for you. You can see it right there. Okay? No guesswork today. Let's go to Rasta Live, just because I like how they put stuff together. Let's go to Rasta Live. We're just gonna walk right down, man. Walk right down. Kemet means black, and it only means black. It is what follows the tell that tells us black. What? Right. So on Rasta Live, they go through a lot of the Medu Necha concerning this term. And in doing so, they cover each derivative of Kem and Kemet. So it says Kemet Nu, black nation. Kemet Ta, black land. Kemet Pu, it is black. Nini Kemet Pu, it is not black. Set Kemet, black woman, say Kem. And it refers to Aset, right? They go even further. They start talking about different stuff. The Kememu black people, the Kemetu, the Kemet Jew, if you will, which is the term that the ancient Egyptians called themselves. And they didn't call other cultures this, but they called themselves that. So that kind of will give a tie into what the people of Kemet called themselves. Kememu, right? And we'll go to the dictionary in a few, right? But let's go further. Let's go to what they call the Greek corruptions, but basically the Greeks, rendition of some of these words. So they have the name for Memphis. They call it Hitkapata, Temple of Ptah's essence, Osar, etc., etc. Let's get away from that because they're just everywhere. Let's get back to our root and our base. Here we go. So let's look at some Coptic words. Eturme, North River. Etura, South River. Heji, White Crown. Kemi, Black, all of Egypt. Kemi, Southern Country. Kimwer-Miri, the Great Black Sea, which, remember, that sea over there used to be called the Black Sea. Deshret-Miri, the Red Sea. They referred to the other portion as the Red Sea. Pasheti, the two divisions of Egypt, one belonging to Heru, the other to Set. Rest, the south. Shmod, the south. Santi, the two halves of Egypt. Tamera, land of the inundation. Tameri, my beloved land. Tawi, the two lands. Let's go further into the Kim term. Kemetu, black people. Kimemu, black people. Resu, southern people. Ret, the men. Retna Rome, we men above mankind. Roman Kimi, men of black. Tameru, land of inundation people. Tawiyu, the two lands of people. So you can see the term black is synonymous with it. We can go further. Used as an adjective. Remember I told you, adjectives can be used as nouns in the Medu-Neter language. So here we have some examples. It says Kim, Kimem, Kimam, black. Kimu, black. Kemet, black. Himet Kemet, black woman. Himut Kemet, black women. Kemet, any black person, place, or thing. Kemet, woman, the black woman, divine woman. Kemet, a black cow, a sacred cow. Kemet, a nation, the black nation, or the black country, as we read earlier. By Egyptologists' response and by our historians and Egyptologists' response that were African, that were challenging the term at the time because they were saying other things about it at the time. Kim, a black one. Kemet, a black one. Kimu, black ones. Kimut, black ones. Kemet-t, two black ones. Sa Kemet, a man of black. Sa'at Kemet, a woman of black, etc., etc. Kemetu, blacks. Kimamu, blacks. Sa-Kim, black man. Sa'at Kemet, black woman, etc., etc. Kim, papyrus, to incomplete. Kim, cat, stick, jet black. All right. So as you can see, the term Kemet means black land, means the black land. But let's make sure we get it from the people who were there, because when we talk historically, I said when we talk historically, the Maasai people rule Northeast Africa as far back as we know. And we speak of the Seshu Ma'ani Medu-Neter, the Sesh of the Ma'a, who speak the Medu-Neter, the words of God, right? The Ma'a language, which the Maasai speak, is a part of that. They term for above the Shu Ma'a, etc., etc. They have the Il Asar clan amongst them then, and they still have it amongst them today. And there are women and men who are basically Hemet Neter or Il Asar, and they work medicine. So we take it from them. We learn from them. So Kemet is the term that we generally hear and use. In Kuku, another K term, is another term we get from the Maasai, from the Ma'a. And this is, like I said, this is just a quick briefing. This is not me in depth or anything. Somebody asked me to do this, and Seba, you know, I came to do it. So let's go. So the Ma'a language, the term black in Kuku right here. Now Rek as well. It's my what is my brother and my nephew coming in here? Hold on, y'all. What up? What up? What's up? Yeah. Yeah. So let's go. We back to the grind. So in Kuku, let's read. What is in Kuku? Charcoal. This boy is black like charcoal. Second meaning, charcoal, black in color, the darkest black. 3, game played by hiding charcoal or something else in one hand and having another child. Guess where it is? Come over here. My nephew is in the building. You got what you got? You got the superheroes? Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right with you. So it's in Kukuri, Gore, Calabash, the Thai calabashes, packing saddles on, all that stuff. So in Kuku is the first term for black. Okay, let's go to this one here. This is going to be more in depth. This one here, that which is black. Narek, that's the term. That which is black. Black pin. Bring that cow with the patch on the side belly together with the black one to be vaccinated. To be black. Arek. The Narek River in Narek District. And this is Inek Are Narek. Clean water. Black water. Black water. So we're seeing all the matching terms here in the Maasai language, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Let me just be straight up and down. Let's go to black. To be. To be black. Iroku. It becomes black. Karek ala Anji. The bull is black. Ultinja Arek. You keep seeing this right here. This term right here. It went up on me. This term right here. You keep seeing that term. Person with the black complexion. Person with charcoal black skin. A black cloud in the sky. It is the black bull that came home. The shade is black. To be devoid of pore. Okay? It's got some bad meanings as well as some good ones. To be pure, spotlessly clean, as of water. And we already touched that. Areka, to be blackened. Arekeu, able to be blackened. Okay? It's the Maasai language. I'm not going into these. Like I said, I'm giving you a quick touch up today. Quick touch up. Now, forget what we say. Forget what the modern people say. What do the ancient people say? Huh? I said, what do the ancient people say? Herodotus said, what? The Egyptians had black skin and woolly hair. Let's just go to some of what they said. We just checking the historians' work on what they say concerning. It says, for the fact is, as I soon came to realize myself and then heard from others later that the Colchians are obviously Egyptian, when the notion occurred to me, I asked both the Colchians and the Egyptians about it and found that the Colchians had better recall of the Egyptians than the Egyptians did of them. Some Egyptians said that they thought the Colchians originated with Sesostris' army, but I myself guessed their Egyptian origin not only because the Colchians are dark-skinned and curly hair, or Oluchikis, as they say in Greek, which does not count for much by itself because these features are common in others too. This is what they say in parentheses. That's not what Herodotus said, but it says, but more importantly, because Colchians, Egyptians, and Ethiopians are the only people in the world who practice circumcision and who have always done so. And if I go back to the Ma'al language, that's going to come up under the term we were looking under. Let's go further. Let's go further. Homer's Odyssey. It says, with this Athena touched him, Odysseus, with her golden wand, a well-washed cloak and a tunic. She first of all cast about his breast, and she increased his stature and his youthful bloom. Once more he grew dark of color, melancholyous, and his cheeks filled out, and dark grew the beard about his chin. Let's go further. Let's go further. Despite the efforts of our mayor in English, there is no linguistic justification for letting this term to Negro. Something they coming up with. Something crazy. We'll skip over him. Let's go to what they say. It says this is another quote from Herodotus. After this man, the priests enumerate to me from a papyrus the names of other kings, 330 in number, and in all these generations of men, 18 were Ethiopians, one was a woman, and the rest were men of the Egyptian race. Let's go to the other one. It says, the Ethiopians stain the world and depict a race of men steeped in darkness. Less sunburnt are the natives of India. The land of Egypt, flooded by the Nile, darkens bodies more mildly owing to the inundation of its fields. It is a country nearer to us, and its moderate climate imparts a medium tone. Let's go to Menelaus. In his Astronomica, he says this: the appearance of the inhabitants is also not very different in India and Ethiopia. The southern Indians are rather more like Ethiopians, as they are black to look on, and their hair is black. And only they are not so snub-nosed and woolly-haired as the Ethiopians. The northern Indians are most like the Egyptians physically. This is the claim. Aryan Indica. As for the people of India, those in the south are like the Ethiopians in color, although they are like the rest in respect to countenance and hair. For on account of the humidity of the air, their hair does not curl, whereas those in the north are like the Egyptians. Hello. Hello. They're telling you. They're telling you. They're telling you. Xenophanes, or Hesiod, if you were. It says the men of Egypt are mostly brown and black with a skinny, desiccated look. We can go on for days with ancient quotes about the color, the culture, the people, but this is about the land, right? So we've showed these things here concerning the land. Now, let's look at the land. Let's see if it's true, right? Because we can talk all this. We can say all that. Let me stop sharing for a minute. We can say all these things. We need proof. We need some type of proof. Some type of toponym, right? Everybody likes toponym. That's the new word, right? Let's pull up what toponym means real quick. Let's make sure we're doing this right? I just want to make sure we get this clear and full. I don't want anybody lost concerning this, right? I'll check the chat in a minute, whoever's in the chat. I just want to make this clear and full so there's no, because y'all got people way confused over here, confused over there. You know, toponym is the word, right? That's what everybody want to talk, right? Toponym. Let's talk toponym for a minute. Because we just went through all of that. Let's go to toponym real quick. What does toponym mean? A place name, especially one derived from a topographical feature. It needs to have a feature of what is on the land, right? Am I right? Is that what it says right here? A place name, especially one derived from a topographical feature. Let's look and see. Let's look and see. Let's see if Kemet is the black land or not. All we got to do is look at the land, right? Let's look at the land. Let's see. We ain't got to play no games. Let's just look and see. Where my pictures at? Let's look. This is Kemet. We just going to go to Kemet and take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see what's up. We need a toponym. Whoa. That land is pretty black right there. I said, whoa, that. You see that land right here? This is the black fertile land, which you need. This is where you can grow the crops at. You can't grow it in the Deshret land. You can only grow it in the black land. That's where it's fertile at. Let's see if I can grab. Here it is. The black land was the fertile land on the banks of the Nile. This was the only land in Egypt that could be farmed because a layer of rich black silt was deposited there. Every year after the Nile flooded, the red land was the barren desert that protected Egypt on two sides. These deserts separated ancient Egypt from neighboring countries and invading armies. Let's go further, though. You can't just have one picture. That's not going to do it, is it? Let's get deeper. Let's see what's up, right? What's this? Whoa, you see that? You see that black soot? Huh? Huh? Do you see the line? You wanted to topping them. There's your topping them right there. This is just so that we can stop all the confusion, all the craziness, all the color. That's the black land right there. That's it. That's what it looks like for those of us who have gotten on the plane, taken the trip, to speak Arabic, to talk to the people there, who could read the Medu, who speak a little Ma'ah. I'm rusty. Huh? Who getting ready to shoot over to Tanzania. You see that right there? That's not it, man. We can't stop there. Let's look at some more. We need toponyms. Let's look at you see that black fertile land? Huh? Sheikh Anta is right. Sheikh Anta is right. Theophilo Banga is right. Saying Kim is not a part of the term Kemet is silly. It's the black land. Well, we need some more. You need another one? You don't want no more of that. You don't want more of that. You see the brother farming right there. You understand me? Proof is the truth. Huh? They say demonstration beat conversation. Well, what you talking about? Let me show you a black cow too. Huh? Just make this very simple, man. This is not difficult. Now, this doesn't mean that's more, but this is a bad picture. These are small pictures, but it doesn't mean you can see all that black silk all over. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's rich and fertile, black soil, real talk. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not the fertile land. Yeah, it's there. What it does mean is that you cannot take the Kim out. What it does mean is that it does mean Kemet. What it does mean is that Kim is black. Okay? What it does mean is that the ancient historians said the people looked a certain way. That doesn't mean that European, because Roman Greeks were there. They came later. The Nahesi are the initiators. They tell you 24th through 26th dynasty, we are back on the throne since building this initially, right? So it doesn't take away from other cultures that were there. It doesn't take away from the Arabs that came over, the Persians, Darius, etc., right? But we got a doctor who rolled amongst his ranks that had to go over there with Darius to Darius's land. He was like, these barbarians is crazy. I'm about to teach them how to do Heka, so you can medically assist yourself. And I'm about to teach you about the stars, right? So it doesn't rule them out. I'm just using his terms. This is what he said. He was upset with having to go over there. Everybody who had to leave Kemet to call somebody else a barbarian. He's like, we got to get home before something crazy happened to us. So all I'm doing is showing you Kemet is the black land without question. The people referred to themselves as such. The Ptolemies, all you got to go do is go to the museum and see how they made a SAR. They'll tell you themselves. It wasn't bugging. It wasn't flipping out. They understood who was who. Kemet has always meant the black land. Kemet to you is black people. That doesn't exclude other people from being Ramets as well, or being Ikarian people of knowledge. It doesn't. They told you come over. They said the Greeks are our babies. Come over here. I said we taught the Persians. Come over here, Cambyses. Come over here. You understand? You understand? So there's your toponyms. There's your feminine T rule. There's all the things in place. Don't be confused by anything anybody's saying. Don't be confused by big clicks running around, typing a lot, getting lost in the sauce. Km.t, Jope, and Diafalo Benga came together to handle business. And I'm leaving out the other brother's name just because it doesn't click to me. You know I prize fight. You know I get down. I forget things. Let's be clear. None of this should be confusing to you at any time. It should be simple and straightforward. On all levels. On all levels. On all levels. Because Egyptologists eventually bent and said, yes, this is the black land. It's true. And if they didn't, we can pull out a toponym. we can pull out one of them toponyms. We could pull out the Ma'al language. We could pull out the Ma'al language from the Maasai people who were there. Not just some African culture I went to go visit and I think they're right. I like them. No, the Maasai culture were there. Okay? Just so this is clear for you. It's just a quick recap, quick overview. Let me go to the chat real quick. Let me just go to the chat real quick. Address any questions, anything going on in the chat. I'm coming. Here I come. Just real quick, impromptu, just because it happened to be a blizzard conditions out here this morning. So I said, let's do it real fast. Saber Reggie can check it out. I didn't even go in depth. If I get in depth, I do a presentation, it'll be, you know, we'll go really, really in depth into the Ma'al language, how we know this, what we're looking at, all that stuff, right? All of that stuff. So where's my, I forget how to get to the live video. Let me see. Km.t Black Land. Here we go. Let me see who's in there. Let me see what the talk is. Here we go. Let me kill the volume. Here we go. Brother Sutek Karu, Ankwas the Jet. Brother Cosmic Thoughts, Ankwas the Jet. Simple as that. Visa, my brother, Visa, what's good? Imhotep, son. Imhotep, one of my brothers. We just keeping this nice and simple. Because somebody will go tell you, oh, no, trying to do damage control for no reason. The Ma'al language is one should study to help. Absolutely. Because who are the ancient Remetch people? The Maasai, the Somali, the different African clans that make them up. The Jinka, right? You talk cow traditions, you're talking Maasai. All you got to do is look at the necklaces. The necklaces, you're talking Maasai. You know, we're not just going to go grab any African culture that might fit. We have to have proof that they were there. No one rules Northeast Africa before the Maasai and before 3500 BC. And they testify in their story about the eye, which we're not even going to go into, and Kapara on the mountain when you know their mythos, and how the cattle come down from heaven on a rope, etc., etc. And they're the ones who say the Kuku people were here with us and they were before us. And then we go into the Kuku mythos of Kagan, etc., etc. We're not going to do that today. Like I said, this is a quick impromptu. I'll put the paper out. So the Illusar clan, I'll put it up again in the Heck in the Chair group. Okay? So there should be no confusion concerning this stuff. No confusion. You see, I just pulled up the links. I didn't put them in, a PowerPoint. I just pulled up the links real quick, couple of them. Because if I go in depth and I start pointing out the similarities in the Ma'a language, the Seshu Ma'ani Medu Netra, if I pull them out from the Ma'a language, it's going to be very concise, comprehensive, no question. Imitate, Brother Jerome. So it's very simple. This is not rocket science. People are trying to make it rocket science because they want to, you know, I don't know what they're trying to do. It doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean anything. What is important is that you know the facts, that you know the primaries, and that you can see the difference between the two. You can see Nechaneb's points. You can see the other brothers' points when they had the little debate, right? And this is not about, oh, I like him, I like this click out, this my click. No, this is about, are you right or you wrong? If you're wrong, just go back to the drawing board. Stop throwing hissy fits. I'm seeing hissy fits. Oh, character is bad. And how you talking about my eye if you don't even believe in Amun? Shh, be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. Period. Right? If you're gonna talk Ma'at, you should follow the rules of Ma'at. You should have the same synchronosis Ma'at. Hey, my mom is coming in. Mom is trying to, I think she's probably trying to drop in the car and go back to her. So just so you know what's going on. Questions for the chat before I get out of here. Any questions concerning? No doubt. Absolutely, family. Any questions, type them up now. I'm gonna give you a few moments. Straight. Anybody got questions, let me know. Shout out to my big brother Ankh. I'm gonna let you slide on the I'm gonna talk to you, Ankh, right now. I'm gonna let you slide on your what my man Ankh be doing. He be doing the evolution. I'm gonna let you slide on your evolution points right now. Right now. Let you slide for now on those. No big deal. Shout out to Saber and Fudishi. Come here. Come here, fam. Come here, baby boy. Come here. Yeah. Tell them. Say we out. We out of here. Peace. You are Captain America. You Iron Man. So we out of here. Peace. Imita. Yeah, peace. You lie, baby. You lie, baby. You there. Lie, baby. You there. Yeah. We'll see y'all soon. Aquas the Jet. What you do today?